And this afternoon on Sports Arena, we've got Mwangi Muthee gracing our studios. Mwangi Muthee, we all know that name when it comes to sports. He has been chairman of Kenya Rugby Union, and now he's got something bigger on his shoulders. Or Mwangi, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Correct me. What's bigger, being chairman of Kenya Rugby Union or what you're doing now for the Under-18 Olympics or other championships?
Well, both of them are very challenging. But this one is very exciting because we are talking about a world championship. We are talking about a World Cup, and we are talking about Kenya hosting a World Cup. So this is a big thing for our country. It's a big thing for the youth, not just the Kenyan youth, but East Africa, Africa, and the whole world. So it's a very, very important championships.
Let's just remind ourselves the dates again. Starting when?
The opening ceremony will be on 12th of August, of July, and the closing ceremony will be on 16th, on Sunday 16th. So it's a 5-day event. That is 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. And then on 17th, which is a Monday, most of the teams will be at the airport heading back home.
Okay, when do we expect the teams to start arriving? Those that have confirmed?
Officially, we expect to open the village on 10th of July, which is a Sunday. But some teams are coming as early as 30 days before.
30 days before?
Yes.
Acclimatization?
Exactly. So you see how seriously most countries take this event to be. And you see the youth championships is where the stars are born. There's one girl, I don't remember her name offhand, from Jamaica, who has already broken all the records. And she'll be in Nairobi. So there are many superstars who are going to be made in Nairobi come July.
And talking about the teams that are coming, there was information from both local and international media that some have pulled out. How many were they, and could you make that clear?
I would like to make it very, very clear that there's no team that has pulled out, because this is the time the entry portal is open. And as we speak, we have about 121 countries who have already confirmed.
121 countries.
121 countries have already. The last one to enter was Uruguay, which entered yesterday. So we have got 120 countries that we are hosting as we speak, but we expect that number to climb to minimum 150. So the countries that said that they were pulling out, there was nothing like that, because they are not entered in the first place. And if they are coming to Nairobi, don't be surprised, because the portal is open and the chances of coming to Nairobi are there.
You're saying they might change their minds.
They might change. They might change their mind, because there's the word of the preparedness of Nairobi is out there with everybody. IWF have been very supportive. They have been working with us. The delegates have been sending the delegates to Nairobi progressively. We have been working under their umbrella, and we are almost now in the final, heading to the final straight. They sent more than 20 delegates after Uganda, and they were in Nairobi for a couple of days. You can see how serious IWF takes this event. And also IWF have declared the Nairobi event the second most important meet in the whole world, in their whole calendar. The only other more important event is the World Championships that will be held in London in August this year. But before that, the most other important event is the Nairobi 2017, which is in July. So it's a very, very important event, not just for us as Kenyans or as the government or the people of Kenya or Africans,
it's
or
for
the
planet.
Third world. It's for this world. And that's why you find that a lot of countries are taking the event very, very seriously.
It's a pity that this is going to be the last one, according to the IAAF. After this, it's going to be regional championships instead of a world under-18. It's really a pity.
They are the owners of the competitions. They're the custodians of the sport, because they are the International Associations Federation. and they are the decision makers, and have got other plans. If you go to their website, you'll see that Nairobi is earmarked for another event come 2020.
Oh, fantastic.
And what that means is that we have a chance of hosting a huge event come 2020.
Bigger than this?
Bigger than this, because you cannot go lower than where we are. and that's why, as the local organizing committee, when we are planning for this event, we are not planning for a junior event. We are preparing ourselves to host a World Cup and a World Championships.
Let's go to logistics. The athletes' village. About how many can it hold? How many people can it accommodate comfortably?
We are hosting. We are preparing a village to host 2,000 athletes, and we are creating 2,000 three-star beds at Kenyatta University. IWF are very, very happy with what you have done there. And actually, I wish you can make a visit one of these days.
Oh, I will.
And you see the amount of work that has been put in there. Actually, the village, I tell everybody, the village will be one of the highlights of these championships. Because at the village, we have made sure that you will be as comfortable as being in a hotel. Next time you hear there's a riot at Kenyatta University, it will be because of students fighting to be at Nyayo. To be the residents of Nyayo, because a lot has been put in there, and that's work for posterity. Those are the legacies that this event is leaving behind. We are also building a 5-star kitchen there that can serve any hotel in Kenya, and you know, food is very, 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 very sensitive. We are talking about hosting an international community, and we are talking about hosting an age group, which is very, very sensitive. And you know, an age group of that caliber, they go wherever they go. They travel with their peers, they travel with their contemporaries, they travel with their parents, they travel with their governments, and they just communication away, you know, they are tech savvy. So when you're talking about a child getting food poisoning in Nairobi, that will be headlines all over the world.
True.
So we have commissioned a 5-star hotel, Salova. They are coming in as sponsors and as the catering partner, and we would like every food that is consumed at the village, same as our VIPs, would like traceability, where we know where that food was grown, how that food was handled. We are not taking chances. We want Kenyans to be proud. We want to put a smile on Kenyan faces, so that when we host this event, we want Kenyans to be happy. We want them to be happy and feel proud of themselves that they have hosted the world in the best way they can.
It's a good thing you've mentioned the hotel group being one of the sponsors. What about the government funding for this event? How has it been? Is it okay?
Oh, Magdalene, I have been in sports. You said it. I've been in sports for a long, long time, and have never seen government mobilization like the one we have witnessed. You know, Kasarani alone, when we went in there, it was rotten. It was rotten.
I know that.
It was, since it was built by the Chinese, not much had happened. Since it was built by the Chinese in the 80s, not much has been going on there as far as maintenance is concerned. We have renewed Kasarani. When you look at where the venues were, Delta Tre, Seiko, or TDK, when you look at where they'll be processing their data and where their offices will be, it's just like any other standard office in town. So it's something that a lot of work has been put in. When you look at the warm-up areas, very soon it will be a carpet of greenery, and it's beautiful the way it's coming out. I'm very, very proud. And then the weather has favored us. After we planted, the rain did not come; it poured, and I think God was with us, and I feel He'll be with us until we are through with hosting this championship, so that these youngsters can go back to their countries and to their homes with good memories about Kenya.
The participants coming from cool climates, countries with cool climates, are going to have an advantage. I mean, July is Kenyan winter.
Yeah, you can call it Kenyan winter, but you see, we are talking about sports. Sportsmen and sportswomen, they do well at those cool temperatures, because when you're talking about our winter, that is spring or autumn in Germany or in Norway or in France. So I'm sure it is the best conditions for the championships, because it will be fair play. For the Africans, it will not be too hot. For the Europeans, it will not be too cold. And that way, I'm sure we are going to get the right climate. We have the right climate. The weather forecast is very, very good. We are not going to have a lot of rain. It's expected to be cool temperatures of average between 10 and 17. That's very good temperatures for sports.
Okay, what about the average Kenyan? How are they going to be getting the information if they're not going to be able to come to Kasarani?
Oh, well, we first of all, number one, we want to appeal to Kenyans to fill the stadium. And very soon we are going to start campaign activations and campaigns to make sure that we activate the Kenyans to come and support this event. It's a world championship. The World Cup have come to Kenya, and we must support it. And it's not just a celebration of sports. It's also a celebration. We also want to celebrate our culture. We also want to celebrate our music. So all those village birds who want to come and perform in the stads and dance with the people from Western, from Mount Kenya, from Nyanza, from Rift Valley, from the coast, we are going to support them. But we don't want to give free lunches. What we want to do is, as a legacy program, we have twinned with IAAF, and we want to plant 100,000 trees to support this cause.
Where?
Across the country.
Okay.
So the youngsters who will be organized, like in schools, and they want to do 50 trees in the school compound, and they commit to look after them, we'll document that, and we'll give them 50 tickets. And that way they just jump into their school bus and they head to Kasarani. We'll give them tickets, because everybody who comes to Kasarani will drag him to have a ticket. We don't want to open the gates and tell Kenyans, well, it's free for all. No, we
You're
want
not going to be
know,
able to.
With Magdalene, if you want to come to Kasarani, we want to know Magdalene is a guest of the LOC, and this is Magdalene's ticket. But we want a full stadium, and we want people to buy those tickets. And those who cannot afford to buy the tickets, especially school-going children and the university college
They
students,
have to plant a tree.
They plant a tree and they have a ticket.
I don't think I've ever had anything better. I wish we could have taxation in form of planting trees. You get 2 kids, you plant 4 trees. I wish
Exactly.
That's. I think for an arid and semi-arid country, I think that's fantastic. Okay, so if you remember the 17th edition of the Senior Athletics Championships that took part in the Nyayo Stadium a few years ago, Kenyans had to be turned back.
Yeah.
The stadium was packed to capacity until it couldn't take any more. So with the world coming to Nairobi for the under-18s, believe me, all the under-18s are going to be there. Then their uncles and guardians will follow, obviously, and the mothers. And you can imagine the entire media fraternity, which reminds me, who's going to be broadcasting this? Okay, tongue in cheek.
The host broadcaster is Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, and the production will be done by Supersports. We know that they have left Kenya, but we are in touch with Supersports, and they'll be sending the production crew from Zambia, and they will be here on time to produce for the championship. Then they'll be given the signal to IAAF, because Supersport is a partner of IAAF, and there's a signal that will be heading to the cloud, because this event will be live in more than 200 countries worldwide. So it's very, very important that we have a standard production, and the Supersport will be is the company that has been commissioned and contracted to do that.
What are we doing about security when you've got so many people together? Some end up being naughty, or somehow circumstances simply go wrong. What are we doing about security?
This is a security operation, and you've had CS Kaiseri again, time and again, reiterating the preparedness of the Kenyan security apparatus as far as the event is concerned. And I can tell you, Magdalene, watch this space. We are ready, and we're not taking any chances whatsoever. And we'll have a safe event, and Kenyans to just relax, come to the stadium, enjoy, support the event, enjoy the atmosphere, celebrate with the youngsters, and make sure that they become good hosts to those kids, because most of us are parents, and those are our children. And when they are here, they should know that they have got parents in Kenya, and they should be happy, and we want to make them very, very comfortable indeed.
The local organizing committee is not the only one that's handling this. When it comes, as you've said, it's pride for the entire nation. The kawaida mwananchi, the average citizen on the street, what will you tell them to do to help this country host the best event ever?
Well, we have the local organizing committee, which is the organ that has the making its hands dirty as far as day-to-day organization of the event is concerned. We have the steering committee, which has got a joint chairmanship of the CS of sports, Hassan Wario, and the CS for interior, CS Kaiseri. You can see how seriously the government is taking this whole operation. Our PS, Kaberia, is very instrumental, working very, very closely with the local organizing committee to make sure there are no hitches. And then there is the interministerial participation. If you go to Kasarani now, you'll find the lightings being redone. That is being done by Kenya Power through the Ministry of Energy. If you go around the stadium, you'll find the roads being recarpeted. That is being done by the Ministry of Infrastructure. And if you go to Kenya University, the same thing is happening. Roads are being built because the Ministry of Infrastructure is on the ground. Lights are being put back into place because there's been a lot of vandalism and a lot of neglect. So the Ministry of Water is there, drilling 2 boreholes at Kasarani and 2 other boreholes at Kenya University to make sure that there's enough water to support the operation. The Ministry of Gender and Youth is also coming in very, very soon, because we are going to be using about 1,500 NYS youngsters who are going to be involved in the crowd control and cleanups of trimming trees and making sure that the whole environment is tidy and
directing the lost athletes.
Exactly.
Some people might end up in town and get lost.
Exactly, Magdari. Ministry of Health also has a role they are playing. The Ministry of Interior has a role they are playing. It's a concerted interministerial intervention, which is actually being marshaled by His Excellency himself. So it's a huge operation, and what I would like Kenyans is to keep Nairobi clean for the championship. We would ask them, when you drive, the other day I was driving from the airport, just looking at the garbage along the road, it doesn't reflect very well on us. And I don't know why we have to be pushed to clean, or why we have to throw a paper
outside the window.
And outside the window. It's very, very shameful that you expect someone else to pick after you. And those are the responsibilities that we need to pick as Kenyans, and make sure that when we have got these youngsters, they don't live with bad memories about our country.
How dirty our country is, because those are the stains that they'll be taking home. And we should make sure that we also show our good part of our hospitality, because we are hospitable people. We are good people. Kenyans, I don't know what happens once in a while, but we are actually very good people. And we everywhere we go, we have got people praising Kenyans, and we should put our best foot forward, because we are hosting youngsters, and youngsters are the best people, are the easiest people to praise, and the easiest people to take your word out there. Because they are youngsters, and they don't hide their emotions. They'll be putting photographs on their phones and sending them all over the world.
They'll have Wi-Fi everywhere. The whole stadium where they are, there will be Wi-Fi. Even their bedrooms.
They have Wi-Fi.
They'll have Wi-Fi. We are working very, very closely with Safaricom to make sure that they are able to beam all those. They are able to transmit all that information when they need it, but we want them to transmit the right information,
positive ones.
Yes, positive.
That website that the First Lady Margaret Kenyatta launched, is it active yet?
Yes, it is active. It is active, and it's also hosted by the IWF website, and we it's interactive, and the public should use it, and they should make sure that they keep contributing. giving ideas, their ideas on how we can improve on issues and also get to know what we are doing, because they need information. This event is theirs. This event belongs to Kenyans, and Kenyans have spent a lot of money on this event, and they need to know, and it's our responsibility to make sure that whatever we are doing, we do it on behalf of Kenyans, not to shame them. The way we have been shaming Kenyans, we as sportsmen and sports managers and sports organizations, we should make sure that this is a World Cup, and we should keep it clean, and we should make sure that Kenyans should be proud of it.
I like that part you said. Kenyans, what you can do as an individual, away from the local organizing committee, away from the ministers, away from the security personnel, you as an individual, keep your area clean.
Yes.
If you can keep the 10 or 20 meters around you clean, and everybody does that, the entire country will be clean. And if you think it's not doable, all you need to do is visit Machakos. The place is sparkling.
Sparkling clean.
Sparkling clean. So
Perfect.
we can do it. If Machakos can do it, Nairobi can do it.
You can do it, Magdalene.
Mwangi Muthee, thank you so much for allowing me to ambush you in the corridor.
Don't worry, Magdalene. Asante sana.
Thank you so much for coming.